What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dale, man. Coming to you live from my house.
Welcome to Dale's house. And have a fail house.
Welcome to my house.
Hey,
Is that Pitbull? I think it is. Did you put any?
no,
Did you
it's
put any?
Flo Rida.
Put anything in here?
That's black, baby.
I want more cream though.
I don't know what you want. I'm sorry that I didn't get. You're welcome for getting you anything at all. God, your parents must hate you.
Put anything?
You got me a car. What? You know, I wanted a different
Didn't
car.
you?
I wanted this car, but in red, not
What?
maroon.
What the F? You know I love leather seats. Did you put anything in yours?
No.
Crazy, man.
When I'm having identity crises.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome to Mom's house. Also, don't you get Nitro Black?
You don't.
Oh yeah, you did put stuff in it.
You put pickles in your coffee?
It's like a flop in the lollip.
Ploppily lollip.
You see the Bare Naked Ladies were on the Thanksgiving Day parade yesterday?
No,
You know what song they played?
the only song anybody knows.
Did they play the theme from Bazinga, that show, Big Bang Theory?
Is that Bare Naked Ladies?
Uh-huh.
It is not.
I'll bet you $1,000 it is.
I'm not betting. I don't have
$100.
$1,000.
$100.
$100,000?
$100.
No,
$10.
no,
A
because
dollar.
okay. Now you're in
Boom.
my price range.
There you go. I just made $1.
It was 100, but it is a fun thing.
What's the show called?
Big Bang Theory. Impartial judge right now.
It
It
pro-
is-
I
it is
mean,
the Bare Naked Ladies.
I don't know
Boom.
why. I
Dollar.
don't know why I took that bet because why would you bet that unless you knew that for sure?
Yeah.
It's such a specific thing to know.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was a big.
Yeah.
That was a big mistake.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge BNL fan. Love it's the first rap CD I ever bought. I love it.
Oh.
What's Andrew though? What song they sing? They sang 1 week.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It's a great song. They've got some other hits.
They do.
Like,
They have some others. If I Had $1 Million, they have that. It's a good song.
Sing it.
No. But they
What's
have
it go like?
it's a song.
if I had $1 million,
it's based,
if I had $1 million,
I'd be
would-
rich.
yeah,
It's a good song.
it's not a good song.
It's not great.
Sounds terrible.
But I like it. And then
It's not a good song.
the 1 week.
One way.
They've got some others.
Hillary Duff performed. Yeah,
He just said 1 week in that one terrible song. He said they got some others.
they got some other hits.
They've got some others. They got a
Man.
theme song for BBT.
BNL on
BNL singing BBT. Not better. Bazinga.
All right. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
So we can talk some about the Warriors game. I'm going to pull up the
I'm going to talk exclusively about it.
stat sheet. And then we'll just read through some cues.
T-Quest. T-Quest. Also, I'm going to do a little ad at the end of the show for tomorrow.
I'm going to talk about hats. Hats are up, right?
Yes, hats are up. We can talk about hats and we can talk about our buttholes.
It's been
1 week since I wiped that thing.
I like that Jay has gone through and he answered one of these Twitter questions.
I saw that. I think sometimes it gets a little late and Jay forgets why people are asking the podcast Twitter questions. Because he'll do that every now and then. And then he'll stop because I think then he realizes, oh, these people are asking podcasts.
Can we put this on the show?
So check out this incense dish by another local, Craig Cropper.
Why do you have that video?
Because I think it's so funny.
Check out this incense
I
dish.
saw it pop up on my thing, and she's like, "Check out my incense dash."
So check out this incense dish by another local, Craig
Hey, man,
Cropper.
that's my clientele right there.
She
You better
makes
quit.
there's such a pause between incense and dish.
She's from California.
She didn't want to mispronounce that. Listen to this.
So check out this incense dish by another local, Craig
Check out this
Cropper.
incense.
It's just like
Dish.
So like,
Did you
powerful.
save this from my story?
Yeah.
Check out this incense.
She's got a
dish.
lot of followers on Instagram.
does,
It
I
was a
saw.
big deal that she talked
Yeah.
about it.
It was great.
So check out this incense dish by another local.
So check out this incense.
Check out this incense dish.
It's an incense dash. It's my incense dash.
Maybe-
Incense dish.
Maybe I do hang out with, or not hang out with, but hear too many people like that because I did not even hear it that way
Really?
until you're making fun of it.
Oh, I
now.
heard it, and I listened to it once, and I was like, "Oop, saving it."
Safe in it.
Screen grab.
Check out this
Hang on,
incense
check out my
dish.
incense dash.
love
it.
She does say it that
Well, I've been
well.
saving that. I was hopeful to share that with you last week, but you slept in. And so
Was that last week?
yeah.
Oh yeah, because then we did the pot at night
He
Yeah.
played it a lot last week.
during the podcast.
Oh,
Oh, after. Check out this incense dash.
I got the incense dash. All right. Oh boy. Let's do this.
You realize we're on YouTube.
Yeah,
We're just
we-
blowing speakers.
We are. You are. Not we. You. All right. Here we go.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug.
Nope.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words. What do I say?
Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinis. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to dunk. I'm not miffed and piffed. Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinis. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm down to dunk.
I'm Stephen Adams. I'm not miffed and peeved. I am down to dunk.
Yo, this PG and I'm down to dunk.
I'm about to dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode. I don't know the episode. Episode 609.
Oh my god.
What is it? Do we know what it is? We didn't write it down.
That one right there.
It says 606.
Oh well, then maybe you're right.
609 of down to.
It is 609.
You can find us on CLNSmedia.com, radio 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, of course, anywhere to subscribe to your podcast. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew
Slam through.
and Taylor.
You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel. Like slam through.
Oh man. See, this is where I have problems with your.
What?
You should
What
have said you
happened?
make me feel like a natural slam through.
What do you mean?
All right.
He never does the right. He never. does
Never.
The right
I mean,
one
just
that you
never.
want.
I know.
Hmm.
It's very unsatisfying. What is satisfying though is that the Thunder demolish the Warriors
win.
in Oracle.
Let me tell you, it's the
I got a
most.
feeling
Oh, woo!
that night was going to be a good night.
Yeah.
That night was going to be.
Yeah, it was a great time. So I mean, the way they beat the Warriors too, it wasn't just like Westbrook going crazy. In fact, it was like the opposite
Yeah.
of that. But Russell Westbrook, I think he read the night as my shot is not on, and he took a huge backseat. Huge backseat, is that a thing you say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for gigantic toddlers.
He got to this giant backseat and gave the ball to Dennis and gave the ball to Paul George and gave the ball to Steven Adams when he knew that it wasn't his night. And you know what? The Thunder ended up killing the Warriors because of it.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
And there were the top 4 scorers on the team did not include Russell Westbrook,
Which is
and I was
bizarre.
trying to think, have I ever seen that? Actually, has that ever been so? And so I asked Andrew to look this up, but I guess he didn't do it.
February 3rd, 2012. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have happened with KD, Harden, Serge, and
But 4 though.
Perk.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably has never happened, but it is crazy the way that they executed. I mean, they just completely out executed the Warriors. The rebounding numbers. Have you heard the rebounding numbers?
No, lay them on me.
The Thunder won the rebounding battle 61-42.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What was right? And
Whoa.
also, the Thunder took 106 shots, and the Warriors took 83.
Yeah. What the heck?
Turnovers.
Turnovers,
I mean,
yeah.
That's a recipe for success.
They had 19 turnovers.
17 turnovers to the Thunder's 10.
Guess what? We also had a lot of points in the paint.
Also, well, and if we were up that many
And the Thunder's
rebounds, that means we're getting a lot of offensive rebounds.
18
second
offensive rebounds.
and second
to
chance
7.
shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great.
It's pretty crazy.
It was so fun to watch.
It was
man.
fun to watch Kevin Durant turn the ball over 6 times.
It was fun to see him just slowly break down mentally during the game. Like he's
For-
getting so frustrated.
For real. Diallo blocked him, and they had that fast break where Diallo really lost the ball, but it looked like a behind the back pass.
He was
to Paul
trying to
George.
go. I'll say this. He was definitely trying to go behind the back, and it messed up. But then it still accidentally.
Oh, it worked out great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was
Oh,
so
man.
great.
And then, that Warriors team is Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and a bunch of G League players.
This
basically,
Dude, they're
This is
bad.
The
They didn't-
first time they've ever lost 4 in a row under
Yes.
Steve Kerr.
I
yeah.
know. It's
Ever.
beautiful,
And it was to us.
it's wonderful. It's great
And
to
you know what
deliver
I
that to them.
and you know what I think their problem was? What's his name? Damian Jones. Damian Jones didn't get any rebounds.
He goes by DJ.
So that's what
He
I
had
was
0 rebounds.
He had 0 rebounds, but what was funny was like I watched Steve Kerr and KD's press whatever,
Mhm.
and the media asked about that. Like, do you think that's why you guys lost
My
tonight?
gosh, what a dumb
And it's
question.
like, oh, you guys are so like not in the real world anymore. It just reminded me that their media does not live in a real world anymore. That they think a rookie center not getting any rebounds is why they got smoked by the Thunder right now.
They lost so badly because their defense is horrid.
Terrible. And dude, when Steph isn't in the game, even when it was Clay, KD, Iguodala, Livingston,
Mhm.
and someone else, they still couldn't move the ball, man. Like that offense does not work without Steph.
No. And
It really doesn't.
and they went up against the number 1 defense in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Woo!
They're number 1 at 102.6.
Oh, man. So close to being KJ 103.
KJ 103.
13th in offense at a 108.4. And then they are 3rd in net rating right
Mhm.
now at a 5.8.
How
That's
does that,
crazy.
How does that make you feel?
Good.
Makes me feel good too.
I feel good. And the
I
Thunder,
feel good. Oh, I feel so good. Hey.
the 4th in the Western Conference. Okay. At 11-6, they're tied with the Clippers, where they're tied for 3-4. And then Portland is 2nd and Memphis is 1st.
That is crazy,
in the
man.
Western Conference.
Memphis being first is crazy to me. Paul Pierce on that NBA countdown after the game.
Yeah.
He said he expects them to stay in the top 4 in the playoffs. I just cannot see it, dude.
Paul Pierce has some pretty dumb takes.
Yeah, he does. I'm not really saying it like, can you believe Paul Pierce said this?
Paul Pierce.
I'm saying it more like to talk about Memphis because I don't understand.
Paul Pierce
I love early in the season NBA takes.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Okay, so just a quick, we're going to go through basically all your Twitter questions because yesterday was Thanksgiving and I prepared nothing for today.
Are you thankful though?
I Could not be more thankful.
I'm not thankful anymore. I got all my thanks out yesterday.
Good for you, I
Hmm.
think. And so I want to ask you a question.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you about 3 teams.
Mhm.
Do you think the Jazz, Spurs, and Pelicans are playoff teams?
Oh man. As of right now,
I mean, no. I mean,
okay.
do you-
Out of one, can I just pick one to make the
I
playoffs?
just, which one? I mean,
I'm
If
gonna
I
go
had to pick one, I'd go
or 3.
Pelicans.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
go-
not saying pick one. I'm saying, do you think that they're playoff
Oh my
teams?
God.
That's my
God.
question.
Yes, no, yes. Spurs are not.
Okay.
Jazz and Pelicans are.
Okay. So
I
if
don't
you-
think I don't think the Jazz are.
so that would be glorious. But if you say that 2 of them are, you're gonna have to pick 2 of these teams to not make the playoffs. Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, Thunder, Clippers, Blazers, Grizzlies.
Yeah.
What 2 will
Lakers. One, Lakers.
Are not.
Not.
not? Oh my gosh, you're full of hot takes. You're
And
full,
then two,
full of boiling takes right now.
Memphis. It's gonna have a
Are
dramatic fall.
not.
Dramatic fall.
You know what though? They could. I mean, so easily Marc Gasol and Mike Conley could just be out for the rest of the year.
Marc Gasol
Like,
is number 1 in RPM right now.
I can't believe he's this good. Jaren Jackson playing next to him is revitalizing though.
Jaren
I'll
Jackson's
say that.
he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Man, I don't think the Jazz are good.
I love that. I love that take. I don't know if
I
it's
mean,
true, but
they
I love
haven't
it.
been good. I mean,
No.
right now they're not good.
They're 8-10.
They're 8-10, and their defensive numbers aren't even good with Rudy on the court.
No. You know where they are in defensive rating?
20th.
17th. 109.2 on the season.
109.2, the morning buzz.
their net rating is a negative 3.1.
Oh man.
They're not a good team right now.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell hasn't been good either.
He's
What
been all right. Their defense, and they've talked to the people in Utah have talked a lot about how maybe this team is not fit for this NBA because you need better athletes.
Yeah, but it changed this dramatically because
with
their
the new,
offense
with the new
was-
rules.
Yeah,
Their offense
okay.
should be better, but the defense,
Yeah.
they think that it's due to the new rules. Is what is at least that's what their excuse is. Right
Which
now.
aren't the new rules just you can't touch them as much?
yeah, but
So they're
and
kind
also,
of playing sketchy
well, and
defense
also
anyway.
a lot of teams are playing so much faster. The pace right now,
Oh yeah.
like if Mike D'Antoni's Suns were dropped into this league, they'd be 28th in pace.
Dude, the Kings Thunder game was so
was
fast.
crazy.
It was insane.
It's frantic, and that Kings team beat the Jazz Wednesday
Yeah,
night
yeah.
in Utah. If you
do. Like, think about, I mean, how many times has it been 1, 2, 3 passes? Joe Ingles is open in the corner because he's been running around screens because they've been set up in the half court. Joe Ingles himself is so slow, it takes him a full 9 seconds just to get down there, just to get to the other side of the court.
Oh, back to the Thunder.
Okay.
Back to the Thunder game. Dennis Schroeder, in 28 minutes, he was 12 of 19 from the field, 5 of 6, a career high 3-pointers made for him the other night. He had 4 assists and 32 points.
I love that.
He was so good.
He was so
That's
good.
And
that's
what-
awesome.
And the most encouraging thing is not him making shots, but Russell Westbrook giving him the ball over and over again. And Russell setting off ball screens. And to him, like Russell took some catch and shoot shots. He hit a catch and shoot 3. I was just like, okay. Like Russell's completely bought in.
Yeah.
He's all in. This whole team is. Like Paul George, I thought he's been fantastic lately. His defense on Kevin Durant was nearly perfect. Jeremy Grant, he had a double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. He was amazing.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Diallo didn't break his leg and
Oh
is
my
not
gosh.
dead. I'm
I-
very excited. That is what I was thankful for yesterday.
I thought he like broke his hip or something by how
I thought
he
it was
landed.
so bad. It was just like, well, that's it. He's done. And
I really, yeah, I thought,
I thought
all
it was
right,
so bad.
we'll see you next season.
Yeah.
Hamidou Diallo, because you broke your femur.
And that was that was the main thing I was thankful for yesterday.
And then it's just an ankle sprain. Like, he'll be reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. We go check again.
Well,
That's all I saw.
I think what it is how a baby has rubbery bones?
Yeah.
I think he still has his baby rubber bones.
He's
Rubber band man.
because he's an NBA baby rubber bones.
Yeah.
But guess what? He found if you turn up the audio really loud on when he felt you hear his it's fine.
It's crazy though, because they took him up on a stretcher, stabilized his leg,
He was crawling around like
and he had to pull himself off the floor. Just he was writhing. Maybe he just has a little intolerance.
maybe he's kind of a drama queen. We don't know much about him
true.
yet. We really don't know much about him. He might just be a big old baby with rubber baby bones.
He got his flu shot. And he's like,
Oh man, why?
that hurt. That really hurt. Did you have to do that?
The bad man hurt me.
It's weird, but great.
Yes.
Something to be grateful and blessed by.
Oh,
He was
God.
awesome in that game too.
He was great. He was great. The way he played on both ends, and he gets better every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd have been a little crushed if he couldn't play the rest of the season, because I just think 1 year of development is so huge. Because if in 2 years he can be a guy that can play 30 minutes a night, and that's massive with the small contract that he has.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder, when Kevin Durant leaves the Warriors and the league levels out, the Thunder could be a team that people are like, oh, you know what? Like they could be for a title. And if Diallo is a guy that can develop and become a starting level player, and you have Ferguson, Diallo, you have Robertson back, who knows what he looks like, but if you have him back and he's playable, you have like a pretty deep team with wings galore.
And this is the time to do it, because guess who is the second oldest player on the Thunder this year? Second oldest.
Russell?
Russell Westbrook is the second oldest player on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Felton is the only one who's older.
Really?
These wings better pick it up here within the next 1 or 2
They've
years.
been good, man.
Yeah. They've been
good.
really good this year.
I feel bad for T. Ferg. He came back. He was so excited
He
to
was.
be back with the team. He's got a new baby. Everything's going good.
He was keeping up
And then
with
he-
Clay.
and then he rolls his ankle within like the first 6 minutes of the game.
Hey, going back to the Schroeder stuff real quick. The thing
Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Please don't call him Schroeder on our
Schraub.
show. Please
Schrader.
Schraub.
I'll call him the Bill Simmons Schrader, because for some
don't.
reason
Oh yeah,
Simmons decided he was going to say Schrader.
yeah.
Anyway.
Schroeder.
Schroeder. When he was this season, a big difference between this season and last season is just watching things happen on the court, and it's like, oh, this is basketball that makes sense. Like I'm watching this and it makes sense to me the way that this team is playing. Like in the minutes that Russ was off the court and Dennis was just destroying, he had the ball
He was
every
awesome.
possession
Mhm.
and was setting things up or scoring every single time. And then they went away from him for 2 possessions and didn't score.
Mhm.
And I was starting to get frustrated, like, oh my God, please go back to Schroeder. Please go back to Schroeder. And then they did. And then they kept scoring. And I was like, oh, I'm not used to them seeing something so obvious and then actually adjusting to that simple thing. You know what I mean?
You're not used to the Thunder seeing something that is working that's not Russell
Right.
Westbrook and then sticking
and
with
then
it.
going and then saying, oh, okay, that's good to do.
Mhm.
And that's been happening a lot this
Yeah.
year, I guess.
They just went there. I felt like there was a full quarter where it's like every
Mhm.
point was Steven Adams down low, just getting it in.
That first quarter was a big deal. Steven Adams
Yeah.
completely took Damian Jones out
It
of
was
the game.
gross too.
Yeah.
That was a gross quarter. That was not.
Yeah.
fun to watch.
No, that was not a fun quarter to watch.
You know what is fun to watch and to drink?
Oh my gosh.
It's fun to watch you drink beers.
It is fun to watch Andrew drink Anthem beers.
Yes.
I've watched him do it at the tap room. Nothing funner.
Go to the tap room right now, and you can get their Ride or Die IPA, which is their double hopped IPA. It's in liquor stores now too. It's got the coolest little can. It's got bright
does have-
colors.
it
has
does
the-
have a cool
the
can.
skull. It's very cool. One of their coolest cans. You can get it right now.
It's good. And we
It's
love it.
real good.
But when you go to the tap room, you can get the Ride or Die IPA. You can also get beers only available, not available anywhere else on the planet
It's true.
but the tap room,
It's
where
totally
they've
true.
made new mixes. They're trying out new flavors, and you can get it at the tap room, and it's going to be a unique experience.
It's so true.
Their beers are the best. I got a 6-pack of Ouroboros in my refrigerator right now to drink.
Support the people that support us. Go get yourself some at Walmart or Target.
Or Sprouts.
All
Or Costco.
Costco.
Or wherever.
Yeah, I
beers
saw
are
them
sold.
at Costco too.
Where's
Do
Costco?
we have a
I'm sorry,
Costco?
Winco, that
Okay,
new
I was gonna
store
say,
on
yeah.
in
They're-
Bethany.
They're building a Costco.
Cool.
Hey,
beans.
you know what it's time for?
What time is it?
Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. Our first Twitter question comes from @Ricky Pierce, who says this Thunder team looks like it's having more fun and playing more at ease this year. How much of that is Melo? What else? Was it PG signing long term?
Yeah, I think it's a solid question. The team loved Carmelo Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
but playing well together, and as much fun as like you're having watching this team at home, save for like a few games this season, like you can see like they're competing well, they're doing the right things. It's rare that they're taking bad shots. Like the team knows that, and they can feel that on the court too. So it's like super fun for them to like know that we're taking the right shots, we're playing the right kind of defense, and on most nights we're going to have a chance to win. And Melo is a part of that. Like removing Melo makes this team so much better. And like, I mean, it shows he's not that different today than he was last season for the Thunder, and he can't find a team.
He's not in the NBA.
No, and he probably won't be. And then Paul George, yeah, I mean that's a massive thing. I mean, last season there's anxiety the whole year because you know that if Paul George leaves, like what does this team look like? I mean, they cannot be a good team. You know, moving forward, they
A lot of Melo.
I mean, Russell Westbrook. I mean, Melo's probably still gone at that point, but Russell Westbrook is probably on the trade block at some point. I mean, everything changes. Every
Yeah.
single thing changes. And you bring back Paul George, you know who the team is. You know, I feel like Billy Donovan has been able to coach this team so much better than he did last season's. Yeah, there's a lot of factors in there, and Melo is certainly one of them.
Well, me?
Yes, you.
Yes, you. And it's not just Melo was playing out of position or they needed Melo to play a certain way. It's that when you have a player like that who you have to kind of put on in the back seat, if you will, the big back,
A
the
giant
huge
back seat.
a giant back seat. Well, then it pushes everyone else who should be in that gap, who should be in that role back a couple too. So it's not just Melo who's playing out of position and playing weird minutes. It's now the other 4 players that are playing weird
There's
minutes. and out
Jeremy
of
Grant,
positions.
it was
Right,
Patrick
right,
Patterson.
right.
A lot of people complain about Patrick Patterson. Like the thing is with Patterson, he's a streaky shooter, and there's gonna be games where he makes shots. There's gonna be games where he doesn't. But to say like he's been awful lately, I just don't think it's the case. The way he defended Durant when the Warriors were trying to target somebody at the end of that half to see if they could get Durant, you know, get him going, and they said, "Well, we're going to target Patrick Patterson." Patterson defended him really well and forced him to take really bad contested mid-range jumpers every single time.
Yep.
And he played really well against him. And so I don't think there's something like wrong with Patterson. I just think, I mean, he could hit 3 threes against the Hornets and then hit 0 threes against the Nuggets. Like that's the kind of player he is.
And doesn't it feel like anything Patrick Patterson does scoring wise, it just feels like bonus because
Yeah.
this offense isn't really depending on him scoring that much.
It does hurt though. It really hurt against the Kings that he made no shots.
Yeah.
Because he got the best quality threes. I think
Right.
he had like 4 or 5 of them, and he just missed all of them. If he had 2 of them, the Thunder win.
This
So,
is
like,
what
those do hurt.
This is what Raptors fans warned us about when we got him.
I know they're-
You remember that?
Everybody was so pumped about it, and like there'd be some Raptor fan like on like the Reddit page or something like, "Hey guys, just want you to know, and I don't want you guys to feel bad, but he's just not that good."
Or it's just like he will disappoint you in moments that he should shine.
And here's the deal: he's making $5 million a year. He's not
Right.
making 12.
Right.
Like he's playing the role he's supposed to. So I mean, like just let's get off 2 pats back.
Hey.
Yeah, get off of PP's back.
Hey, give the guy a break. Okay?
All right.
He's trying.
We don't have to always all say the same thing in a different way.
Hey,
Next
guys,
question.
you know what?
We don't have to say it a different way.
Hey, guys, I think we've already said that, and a third time, too many times. Let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @JSmoothP27. He says he wants to know, is Jeremy Grant the most underrated player in the league? He's an all NBA defender averaging 12 points per game and 6 rebounds. Yes, doesn't get any credit because he plays for the most hated franchise in the Thunder. If he was on the Raptors, people would love him so much more.
Yeah, I've made this point that if like he was playing Pascal Siakam's minutes, like everybody
Yeah.
would be a little obsessed with him right now. And so I totally get this question because I don't know if he's the most underrated player in the league, but I think he's up there because I don't think a lot of people think about him. I mean, he's shooting 35% from 3 on almost 3 attempts per game, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and his defense. I mean, he makes this team the number 1 defense in the league. Putting him in for Carmelo Anthony is massive. And it's funny because last season we thought when Dre goes, and then you just insert a good quality defender in, and you still have. And the thing was, it was so puzzling because you had Paul George, you had Steven Adams. Like those guys are like elite level defenders. They're like top 20, top 30 defenders in the NBA. Like, why can't we be good at this? And it turns out they can be good at it when you have a guy like Jeremy Grant in there who has been, to his credit, probably a top 30-ish defender in the league this year. With the way he can switch, he can guard multiple positions. Really, he can guard 1 through 5 in circumstances.
And you know what? He helps Steven Adams in the same way that Serge Ibaka used to help Kendrick Perkins or insert center here.
Yeah.
Because last season when, let's say, a perimeter player got by Russell Westbrook, which happened a lot, it was only Steve. Steven Adams was the only one there. And now Jeremy Grant kind of leaks in off the weak side to help when a perimeter player beats their player as well. And just him being able to make up all that ground and just kind of pressure the player who's going up towards Steven Adams at the rim helps so much.
And the fact that he's making his threes.
Yeah,
is huge.
true.
Who are the top 2 3-point percentage guys on the team right now?
Paul George?
No.
Let's see, what's Schroeder at now after the other night?
Schroeder and Jeremy Grant are tied for the best 3-point percentage. And it's not like super impressive or anything. They're both at 35.4%. But they're the best. They've been the best 3-point shooters on the team.
You know what's weird? I think we're
date.
so used to our teams not shooting well from 3 that our team shooting in the mid 30s percentage wise, it feels like we are just raining threes.
Well,
it feels like we are just dropping bombs on these
They're
fools.
dead last in 3-point percentage.
It doesn't feel like it though.
Feel like it feels a little different though.
Does it feel like it?
Let me see if it's changed. Because it was dead last the other night on Wednesday night before the game. But yeah, I mean, those guys hitting threes, I don't know how sustainable it is, but if those guys can hit 35%, that's good. And then you're going to have, like, Paul George is going to make more than he has. Alex Abrinas is going to make a better percentage than he has.
Well, so's Russ. Russ has been terrible.
Yeah, Russ has not been good, but he's I don't know. We'll I mean, if he hits 30%, blah. We really are wanting to rely on these other wings for him to be able to create for them. And if he can, then I mean, this team has a shot to sneak up and then do some
damage.
Guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Ben_Burke10, who wants to know, how important is it to feed Steven Adams both in the paint and at the dinner table? Also, how much should you feed him at both?
Good question. The Thunder are last in 3-point percentage at 31.6.
Doesn't feel like it.
Feels like we're like 3rd or 4th from last.
Yeah.
You know who's number 1?
Who?
In 3-point
Milwaukee.
percentage? No.
Who?
Not Milwaukee.
I have to guess out of 30 teams.
Portland.
No.
Oh my God. Get East or West?
We played this team twice already.
Phoenix?
No.
The Kings.
Yes.
Oh,
Sacramento
wow. The
Kings,
Kings.
Number 1 in 3-point percentage at 38.5
Wow.
average for their team. That's the average.
Wow.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Kings.
Can you believe that?
Sack.
Isn't that bizarre?
Guys,
How bizarre. How bizarre.
how much should you
Oh, yeah. Feed Steven.
feed Steven Adams in the paint at the dinner table?
I mean, he needs to take. I mean, he could stand to take more shots. Always.
And actually, he's got some pretty sweet post moves now. I've never been one who's like, you need a big man. You need to feed him in the paint. He needs to get some post up shots. You got to make them scared down there. I've never been big on that, but Steve is pretty good at that.
He's
Tell
really
you what
good.
he's got great touch.
He does.
I love his touch around the rim.
He's at 10.8 field goal attempts per game. If he's at, I think that 12 is a fair number.
Oh yeah, very fair, more than fair.
Shooting 61.8% from the field.
And he gets to the line.
He does, which is not the greatest thing at 54%.
It's a couple more points per game, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. But
Hey,
yeah, I think 12 shots per game, and he's close. I mean, he's almost there. Just like basically one more shot per game, and he's basically where he should be. So I think they're doing a good job. No one. Paul George taking 20 shots per game. Russell's 19.7. Schroeder is at 15, and then Steve is at 10. If you can bump that up to 12, 13 shots a game, I think that's a good number for him. And it would almost be shocking to see him take more per game.
more per game, but when it's going up to 13, I mean, then that means he's going to have games where he gets 18 to 20 shots per game, and
Yeah.
then maybe 8 the next game. You know what I
That'd
mean?
be great.
And it feels like that. Doesn't it feel like national, like in the Twitter world, on NBA Twitter, it feels like Steve is a star now.
Kind of.
I've
Star.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what do you mean?
Like people
Explain
really
yourself.
how do I say this? Yeah, I think he's one of the cool I think he's the only player that it's cool to like on the Thunder right now. Like as
Not
far
Paul
as being,
George.
who talks about Paul George? No one talks about Paul George. I mean, I love Paul George,
There's a lot of
but I'm
people that
saying
talk
NBA
about Paul
Twitter
George.
don't talk about Paul George that much. They're talking about Steve though. Keep your eyes open. Steve is popping up.
You
all
know
over
who
the place.
loves? You know who NBA Twitter loves on the Thunder though? Probably even more than Steve is Hamidou Diallo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. I haven't
Anytime
seen that
Diallo does,
much.
and you haven't. I don't know.
Well,
you have a very
I'm
different
talking about
NBA Twitter.
outside of
I am too.
Thunder Twitter.
Totally
Okay.
outside of it.
Okay.
Dan Devine tweets about Hamidou Diallo all the time.
Dan Devine of The Ringer.
Mm-hmm. I tweeted something like, I tweeted the dumbest Hamidou Diallo tweet ever, and it was Hamidou Diallo makes things happen. Okay, really a stupid tweet. Dan Devine ends up quote tweeting it, and then it's like he really does or something. What? I know, that's what I'm saying. Like NBA Twitter loves Hamidou Diallo.
Wow,
I'm just saying.
Wow.
that's good, man.
They're in.
That's good.
Everybody's in.
And the lead singer of Maroon 5? Big fan of him.
Yeah,
That's who you're talking about, right?
yeah. Adam Devine.
Who?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
You're talking about the guy from The Voice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, famous from The Voice. He also has a side project called Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Hey, how much should we feed Steven Adams at the dinner table?
Here's what I do so there's these turkeys you can get. They're called Greenbergs. They're this company in Texas, and they smoke these turkeys, and they're just perfect. What I would do is I'd buy a nice 18-pounder, put it right in front of Steven Adams, knife, fork, boom.
That was exactly what I was going to say. You have to feed him an entire turkey. He'll
Yeah.
eat a whole turkey.
No sides. You got to give this guy some sides. He's got to have some stuffing,
Okay,
mashed
stuffing.
potatoes,
Yeah.
gravy for the whole thing.
Sweet potatoes.
I'm not a sweet potato.
I'm
guy.
not a sweet potato
not
guy.
sweet
either.
potato guy.
I'm a sweet potato guy.
All right, let's talk. I love this. I love
Get
this.
some casseroles,
Green bean casserole.
green bean casserole, corn casserole,
Yeah.
we didn't have any mac and cheese, and that's the one thing I really missed at my Thanksgiving. So
I didn't have
MNC.
mac and cheese either, but I don't think I think that's a half and half thing.
What
I
do
don't
you
think mac and cheese is a given.
Where do you guys stand on bread?
I like a
on
roll.
bread.
Give me a
Yeah,
roll. Give me
Okay.
a roll.
Oh,
Just
like
saying.
what kind of bread?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the other kind that could be available?
I don't know, man.
Cornbread?
Cornbread.
Some people have cornbread.
You're the one who asked, what do you guys think about bread?
I guess where do you stand? Are you eating
Oh.
bread? Because some people are like, I don't want to fill my stomach with bread
Okay,
Here's-
now
when
I'm
I
here's-
can have other things.
Here's what you do at the end. You use the bread to soak up all the little bits in the gravy, and then you eat it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in on that.
Tops you off.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm going to buy today?
What?
So I don't have to buy a waffle maker.
Yeah.
A waffle maker.
Yeah.
for my
because,
stuffing
yeah,
waffles.
This comes from listener J.K. Faisal. I didn't know about the stuffing waffle until he brought it up to us, and it sounded so weird. But you can take your leftover stuffing because it gets kind of soggy, a little bit
Yeah.
gross,
Yeah.
until you heat it. I don't know. You feel a little
It's
weird
hard to
about
get. It's hard to get the crispness back.
Yeah.
Once it's in the refrigerator.
But if you put it in your waffle maker, and then you can top it off with
Gravy.
some turkey, some gravy.
Yeah.
Some
If
green
you're
bean
if you're,
casserole.
if you're a cranberry man, you can put that on there.
I bet it also works in like a panini press. I haven't tried it. But
Yeah.
I bet it would also work.
I think any kind of you probably could just do this in a pan on your stove as well.
I would never do that when I could put it in a waffle maker.
Yeah, you want
Yeah, you could.
Last
want the
time,
waffle.
You're right.
last time,
You want the
all-
little cups for gravy.
all of my
Yeah.
stuffing after Thanksgiving, I eat a lot of stuffing. Like I ask for more in my take home thing.
Uh-huh.
Was shaped like Mickey Mouse, and it was a waffle
Yeah.
because it was Andrew's Mickey Mouse waffle maker.
and then Luke returned it, and it still had stuffing in it.
That's classic.
'Cause
You
how do-
could. You should have expected that though.
I tried to, I tried to clean it.
I did not even approach the subject with them.
No, this is the
because I knew it would happen.
listen. This is the first time it's come to my attention, and I do apologize. But you can't. How do you wash it? You can't put it in the washer.
No, you just
No.
try.
It has electrical components. I tried a little.
I'm just realizing I didn't have any stuffing yesterday.
Like just
You didn't have any.
really.
Did you
It
have
wasn't
some?
available. I
That's
just
so sad.
realized now talking about
Hey,
it.
being a vegetarian
Yeah.
or a vegetarian,
Right.
what do you do?
I had a lot of green bean. That's like what I mostly eat for my whole life. That's really what I mostly eat is green bean casserole. I love green bean casserole.
I love cream of mushroom soup.
I love green bean casserole. I made my own. I don't use cream of mushroom soup. I make the base from scratch,
Wow, you're scratching it off.
scratching it off. I ate that. I ate a bunch of broccoli salad. I ate a bunch of mashed potatoes. I ate some rolls. I ate. What else did I eat? Oh, I ate this like my mother-in-law makes this like mushroom Wellington. It's really good. It's like a mushroom pie pastry thing. It was super good.
Sounds good.
It was very good.
So you don't eat, you eat fish, right?
Yeah, but you don't eat fish at Thanksgiving.
You can.
I could. I didn't need to. There's plenty of
A
food.
little salmon.
Little salmon. Okay. Hey, Steven Adams, at your dinner table. Feed him. Feed that man.
Feed the man.
Our next Twitter question comes from @OKCTH_the He wants to know, would you trade Paul George for Oladipo and Sabonis as of today?
No.
I would not, but I understand where the question's coming from.
Sabonis has the highest shooting percentage in the league.
Well, he doesn't anymore.
He
but
did,
but it's
as
close.
of he did as of 2 days ago when I saw it on Twitter.
Right. I think somebody's at 70. But he's good. He's great. It was a good trade for both teams. Next question.
Our next Twitter question comes from @Thunder Theology. And he wants to know, how thankful are we that none of these recent injuries have been serious?
So G and Bede.
So
For real, because that Russell one, whenever he went off the court, it was scary. I thought, okay, great. I mean, what do we do? Like if Russell's out, and then he was okay, and then the Diallo one. I mean, he's not going to like completely like take away the ceiling of the Thunder team, but missing a year of development is huge. And the fact that he came away from that injury with just an ankle sprain. First of all, I don't get it. Second of all, G and B.
He walked out. He was able to walk out of
Oh, he had crutches.
the game. He had a boot on.
Boot and some crutches.
I didn't read crutches.
booting
Yeah.
some crutches.
Yeah, he had crutches.
But that's. I thought he was going to be taken out in a casket because he was dead.
Well, we had to put Hamidou Diallo down He broke his femur.
Broke his femur, wasn't going to work for us anymore.
Poor guy.
It's like
All right, next question, please.
when horses get hurt,
Yep.
shoot them. It's so sad.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, what's the point of them?
That's awful.
All right. Our next Twitter question comes from Trey Witzel, who wants to know which has the better odds, Billy D coaching the All-Star game or 3 Thunder All-Star players.
I think it's got to be Billy coaching the team, which means the Thunder have the best record heading into the All-Star break.
Oh, guess what that would feel like? So good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most. I mean, because it'll be. I think Russ and PG will make it.
This is about, is Steven Adams an All-Star?
No, he's not.
But don't you want him to be?
I mean, why?
But because when you answer
Maybe
that,
he'll be a replacement player.
when you answer that, it feels like you don't want him to be.
People do this crap.
You
with me
kind of
with
have a
Steven Adams.
history of hating Steven
God,
Yeah.
it
Adams.
makes me so
Andrew.
mad.
Do you guys have a beef?
Yeah. Do you have a beef?
Do you have a beef?
Do you have a beef between you?
I love Steven Adams to death, but to call him an All-Star, I think it's. I mean, look at the Western Conference. It's too deep. There's just no way. I'm sorry. I love Steven Adams, but I don't know that they'll have the number one. They'll be the number 1 seed heading into the All-Star break. I think it's very possible, but I would be shocked if he was an All-Star this season. I think if he was averaging 20 and 11, I think okay, we can start to have the conversation. Like, does he deserve to be an All-Star? But at like 16 and 11, it's like he's having a great season. He's having his best season so far. He's better at literally everything he does, but he's not making the All-Star team.
Well, let me ask you this. Is he the best center in the league?
No.
Wow, you have major beef. Did you hear this?
See,
beef?
people do this to me.
Come on, man.
You know,
Major beef.
Dude, whatever you need.
Is he a top
you
10
need to-
player in the league?
You need to
Oh, wow.
squash this beef. Okay. Let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @CadeMaters1, who says, if Patterson opts out next year, do you see the Thunder continuing to start Ferguson at the 2, Grant at the 4, and bringing Dre off the bench as a small ball 4?
no, because if Andre Robertson's healthy, he'll start. I mean, period. He will start.
Do you think when he comes back, it's immediately he's starting back, or do you think they're going to work him back in?
I think it'd be a good
I don't know.
excuse to kind of work him back in and say, we're going to get him back into playing shape. And so he's going to come off the bench for a couple
I
times.
mean, he'll be reevaluated in like 2 weeks, basically.
So they're saying he could come back as early as Christmas?
They're not saying a darn thing.
Those mother fathers.
They're not saying anything. So I would still guess January, even if he's healthy, December 5th. What I would do if I'm the Thunder, have him practice healthy until January.
Yeah. They're playing so well. You do not have to rush him
They're
back
playing,
at all.
yes, they're playing so well. But he's going to start. And next season, I mean, maybe if Robertson takes a massive step back and he's not the elite player that he was on the defensive end, then yeah, maybe he becomes a guy that is a 10 to 15 minutes a night off the bench guy. I mean, that's not out of the question,
Mhm.
which would be super sad. But I mean, he's not going to be a power forward. The Thunder have always made him a wing. They want to defend wings. But if he's not fast enough, then man, like if he can't defend like he's supposed to, like he's not really an NBA player,
No, so.
like he becomes like Sean Livingston without the ball skills, you know,
Yeah.
which is a really sad existence.
Without an 8-foot jumper.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to see. There's so much wait and see with Dre, but I don't think that they think of him
Luke,
as a
only
power
time
forward.
will.
Only time will tell. Guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Fluky, who wants to know, since the Thunder are first in defense without Dre,
Mhm.
which should they look to package a deal around him to acquire Beal or someone else?
I mean, he has no value
What would you
across
add?
the league.
And also, what would you add with Robertson to get Beal?
I don't.
The answer is you don't.
This is one of those homer trades.
It's one of those lopsided trades
It's one
here.
of them homer trades.
Man, I think I don't. mean, you can't trade Andre Robertson off a patellar tendon rupture. Like you just
No.
can't. One, that would be really rude. First of all, so rude to Dre and his family. Second of all, like you're not getting anything in return for him. I mean, maybe you could go get Courtney Lee for him, but honestly, the upside that you have with an Andre Robertson who can defend 1 through 4 at an elite level when he's healthy takes this team to a different height than Terrence Ferguson can. So you don't deal him one, and then second, you can't get, if he's healthy, you can't get equal value.
And man, I know that we will just always feel like we're desperate for better offensive players, but this team has a good offense right now. I don't think we need to like make these huge
They're
big
top
moves.
half of the league in offense. And I mean, it would not shock me to see them finish, top 3 in defense, if not number 1, and then in like the 8, 9, 10 range in offense. Like that's how good this team can be. They don't need to they don't need to have wholesale changes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can go get Bradley Beal for Robertson, Diallo, and whatever other piece you want to put in there for cap filler, wonderful. You have to do that, but that's not going to happen. Next question.
Our next Twitter question comes from @Trav_is_funny, who wants to know, is there a wrong time to eat bagel bites? #Thanksgiving. I have the answer to this, and it is from the song.
When there's pizza.
When there's pizza on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Next question.
There's nothing except Thanksgiving. You can't eat it. That's why I have a big plate of bagel bites on my Thanksgiving table.
Hey guys, instead of turkey this year, we're going to have pepperoni bagel bites.
Pepperoni bagel bites.
God, bagel bites are good, man. They will burn the mess out of your mouth.
Yeah,
But
don't. You got to let them settle.
You gotta wait a good while with the bagel bites.
If you put them in, you're just asking for the roof of your mouth to just melt off.
I don't know what it is. It's like the bagel bread with the sauce directly on top. That retains heat for 20 minutes.
I can't tell you how many times I've been to the ER because of bagel bites.
Oh my gosh. Growing up, every weekend, Andrew in the emergency room.
Where's
I was.
Andrew? Oh, he's at the hospital. He's
He's
eating
at the
bagel
hospital.
bites again.
Freaking can't learn his lesson.
But the Schlecht Smith are deductible.
They're deductible, so they just have pizza by bagel bites all the time. All right, guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It is from @Jake_Erland, who says Eamon Shumpert played vastly above his talent level against the Thunder.
Eamon
Shumpert.
Can you
I
imagine
thought
walking up
you said
to
Eamon. I thought you said even Shumpert.
Yvonne.
Even Shumpert.
Can you
played.
imagine walking up to him and saying, "Hey, Eamon,
Hey, Eamon. And he wants to call, Jake wants to call this the JJ Barea effect.
Yeah.
Predict which player this week is going to have the JJ Barea effect for the
Okay.
Hornets, the Nuggets, and the Cavs.
So a player that's not very good
That's just going to go wild.
becomes very good.
Like man Shumpert.
Eamon.
Eamon Shumpert.
Okay, some candidates on the Nuggets. Tell me if you believe in these guys. Monte Morris, backup point guard. Yes, look at me like you don't know who he is.
Well, we don't.
Okay.
However, he is my vote.
However, I believe in Juancho Hernan Gomez.
That was
Juancho.
going to be mine.
I want it to be
from
Juancho
Nuggets.
Hernan Gomez.
But he's had a couple good games this year.
but
you know-
not like the one he's about to have.
Malik Beasley.
Yeah, no, that's a very good one.
That's a good one. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
that's a
who
very
is
good
this
one.
guy? Why is this?
It's like I
Why is
think
this
he's
happening?
supposed to be good.
And then from the Hornets, and this Hornets roster is super gross.
I know who it's going to be. Can I just say who it's going to be?
Yeah,
Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb.
I
Jeremy.
literally get confused every time I'm driving.
What about Juancho Hernan Gomez's brother, Billy Hernan Gomez?
Billy.
Billy spelled with a W.
Where's the W?
WILLY. Billy.
It's a B.
I would
it's
love-
a fallen over B.
Oh no, I would love that if like just over the next week I'm just like, oh, those Hernan Gomez brothers,
Right.
we don't have an answer.
If they both go off.
Yeah. Oh, the Hernan Gomez.
I have a question about Willie and Billy and William.
Mhm.
How come you can? There are some. Willie is short for William.
Mhm.
It is also appropriate to call William a Billy or a Bill.
Mhm.
Why? What's
Tradition.
that from?
Tradition.
Just that's showbiz, baby.
Yep. Devontae Graham is another candidate for the Hornets. Also, Tony Parker is a guy that you're like,
He's
man,
been good, man. He's been good. It
Has
wouldn't
he?
surprise me.
Jeremy-
He's been pretty good this year.
Jeremy Lamb's gonna drop 40.
No, Jeremy Lamb is that player. So usually when players average, maybe let's say a player averages 15 points. That means they have a game with 6 points, and then they'll have the next game with 25. And it's kind of their scoring is all over the place, and then it averages in the middle. Jeremy Lamb is the guy who, if he's averaging 14 points, he's scoring exactly 14 points every single game. He just gives you exactly what his stat line says it is.
Jeremy Lamb is the second leading scorer for the Hornets.
What's he at?
14.1 per
Wow.
game.
And if you go over his game logs, I bet that it's a plus or minus 3 points
And he-
for the entire season.
Somehow he gets 14.1 points again.
Every single
Jeremy
game.
scored 14.1 points.
Got
Again.
that.
He got the rare 0.1.
Yeah. I think.
Are we
I
gonna do
think,
one for the Cavs?
Yeah, Colin Sexton.
Well, he's a rookie. He's a.
I just want to say his name. Sexton.
I
There's
think
tons of
the
it.
the third Hernan Gomez brother. Just all Hernan Gomez is.
Like,
Oh, the third one? Like, we didn't even know he was in the league.
So Jeremy Lamb has scored over 20 points. 20 points 3 times this season.
Hey, he's only had 20 points 3 times this season.
3 times.
See what I mean? He's
He's
not
heat-
having big games.
He's heating up.
He's heating up, man.
Oh, he is.
The last 4 games, 22 points, 20 points, 18, 21.
Oh, so he's averaging
There you go.
19.4.
He's been pretty good.
Someone do the math on that right now and tweet us, because if I got 19.4 average correct out of those 4 numbers, I get, I don't know, $1 million?
I think that's right.
All right, next question.
All right, our next Twitter question comes from @0thunder_up0, who wants to know: do you find it odd that Russ hugged not only KD but also Draymond?
No, I think he's very happy with what's going on right now. I think he's
Thank you so much, guys.
He's like, man, it's so good to see you guys right now. I've never been happier to see you two right now.
He's like, I subscribe to The Athletic.
Yeah.
Great to see you guys.
KD's body language in the post-game presser was awesome.
Yeah,
He
Oh.
was so sad and just
it's great. And then Paul Pierce calling him out after the game, saying like Kevin Durant should be able to lead this team to wins and for them to look a lot better. But their offense, their defense, it's all terrible right now, and it's so glorious. I've listened to more Warriors podcasts in the last 2 weeks than I have ever in my life.
Oh man, it's so great. What's some extra info that you're getting from them that I don't know? Read my mind real quick, see what I don't know, and tell me facts.
I mean that there's like real turmoil. Like it's not just like
And
this.
that they're already over it is fake. Like they still have issues.
I mean, they're not. Those aren't just gonna go away.
Yeah.
Like they just can't instantly go away. And you know, like Draymond, he was like basically declaring before that Rockets game that they were gonna like you haven't seen what we can do. Like this is really gonna fortify us or
Mhm.
whatever he said. It's gonna make us stronger. And then they lose 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love it.
I love that.
And then the
man.
injuries is obviously a huge part of it because you have Damian Lee playing huge minutes, wearing the dumbest headband. You know
Yeah.
you know who that is? You know who Damian Lee is?
It's Steph's brother-in-law,
Yeah,
right?
it's Steph Curry's brother-in-law. Isn't that weird?
So he's married to Steph's wife's sister?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
that's correct. Which is super weird. And he is maybe the worst defender in the NBA.
He's pretty bad.
He's
He's a good shooter, though.
He hit some shots, but man, I think he was like a -20 or something.
But he looked
that
like
night.
a big stupid idiot.
here's my question.
I don't like that look on
What, the headband thing?
especially on him. I think Drew Holiday. I like it on Drew Holiday. I don't like it on Damian Lee.
You know what? It takes a lot of it's a high confidence look, and Drew Holiday's good enough to pull it off because he's good at basketball.
Yeah.
So he can do anything.
Damian Lee -20.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Baba. I'm trying to look right now who
Looks
the Warriors play next, because I am about to become the biggest
hate watcher.
Trailblazers fan.
Oh, they play the
They play the
Trailblazers. Oh, they're
Trailblazers
gonna lose 5
tonight.
in a row, dude. They're playing the
And
Trailblazers
guess who they
tonight.
play after the Trailblazers?
Tonight.
The Kings.
Oh, please. Oh,
Guys,
please.
if we can get to where they lose 6 in a row,
Oh, man.
That would be great.
I will be able to dunk a basketball because I'll be so pumped up.
If the Kings give them their are they playing at Kings or are the Kings at Oracle?
they're playing
At Oracle.
Oh,
They're at-
both,
well,
both
they're at home.
Oracle.
They're at home. And then they play Orlando at home. Then they have Toronto, Detroit, Atlanta, Cleveland. So things get pretty soft pretty quick. But then they got Milwaukee, Minnesota, Toronto.
Toronto's not Toronto's hard. Toronto
Oh, I know.
will beat them if Steph isn't back.
Oh, I know.
Here's the thing though, with this Warriors team, as soon as Steph's back, they're gonna start winning games again.
I mean, they without a doubt. I mean, you don't even have to shush
Shut
it.
up.
Yeah.
You don't even have to shush it.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Dakari Sanchez, who wants to know, what are some of your favorite Thanksgiving desserts? He doesn't think you can go wrong with a pumpkin pie.
I like pumpkin pie. It's good.
My family has this ice creamy Butterfinger pie.
Yeah.
Ooh, that I like. That
It's
sounds
very good.
Homemade
I don't know.
or store bought?
I think it's from Baskin Robbins.
I think it's homemade.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's. I'm just feel sad you don't know.
I don't know.
Uh,
And
that-
I don't care. It's good.
I bet it's not homemade.
My wife made this pie yesterday.
wife.
My
wife.
my wife made this. Oh, speaking of my wife,
Oh, she heard the calling.
she made this pie yesterday. It's called it.
She calls it and goes, "Your wife."
Your wife.
She made this. It's called an upside down apple pie, and it's got some pecans on it, and it's just the most delicious apple pie I've ever had in my life. Throw some ice cream on it. Very good.
Wow.
I like-
I like a pecan pie.
Oh yeah, pecan pie. is good.
Pecan. Pecan.
Not with it when it's in a pie. It's pecan pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that rule. I really like cookies. I don't like pumpkin flavored anything. I don't like pumpkin.
I really
flavor.
like cookies.
What?
You like cookies?
No, that's what he said.
You like Thanksgiving cookies?
Nobody
Yeah.
eats Thanksgiving cookies.
Cookies is a
What are you
Christmas
talking
game.
about?
That is total
Christmas is cookies.
total Christmas game.
Yeah.
What
I
kind
eat
of cook-
cookies all the time.
What kind of
boys.
cookies are you eating?
I don't discriminate.
Thanksgiving.
Chocolate chip, baby.
Get out of town.
You kidding me?
Come on.
Wait. I didn't know cookies. I thought cookies was such a general dessert
No,
that you can eat that
thanks.
whenever.
Thanksgiving is pie.
I have never had a cookie on Thanksgiving
Neither
in
have I.
my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never.
Wow.
Hey, tweet at us if you eat cookies on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
what a weird thing to be
Oh,
upset about.
Yeah,
yo.
I'm waking up and eating Cookie Crisp on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Oh, cookie
I didn't
for
say
breakfast.
Cookie Crisp
Yes.
cereal.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Time for a big bowl of Cookie Crisp.
Oh, that's all I'm eating today is cookies because it's Thanksgiving.
Wait, was the turkey not stuffed with Cookie Crisp? Is this the Cookie Crisp stuffing?
Seriously, dude,
That's messed up.
you're messed up. You got a problem.
You do.
That's not right.
Yeah.
So, did you have any pie yesterday?
No.
you get out of
cookies.
town.
Oh my god!
I love
the
cookies.
worst.
I love cookies.
How many?
I love cookies.
How many cookies did you have?
Close to 7.
There's no way you had 7 cookies yesterday.
I said close to. I can't remember the exact number, but I'm eating all day. You know what I like?
Well,
you eat
yeah. I
all
mean,
day.
everybody's eating.
Okay,
all
It's easy
yeah.
to
day.
eat a cup. You eat 1 or 2 cookies at a time, multiple times a day. How many slices of pie did y'all eat?
Get out of town. We gotta go.
We got
on.
it. Okay, that's it. Taylor, you're muted. Okay, our next Twitter question comes from @Momo Milady, who wants to know turkey or hammy.
Hold on. There's some good questions. Keep going.
I'm
There's
going.
one that you for sure have to ask.
Okay. Well, which one is it?
Keep going. You'll see it. Just ask one and then I'll find it for you.
How about this? What was the best thing from at dpuzzle23? What was the best thing you had yesterday at Thanksgiving?
We kind of already talked about this.
Cookies.
Mine is cookies.
Stuffing.
Mine's
Stuffing. I'm stuffing.
Yours is
it.
stuffing.
I'm stuffing
You're
it. And guess
stuffing
what?
it.
You know what was fantastic? Mashed potatoes.
I had good mashed potatoes too.
They're
Yeah.
oh, man, they're
Oh,
good.
I had
man.
some sweet potatoes, some mashed potatoes. But
Your
both
sweet potatoes are
delicious.
they? You're talking about sweet potato like they like mashed sweet potatoes with brown sugar on top.
Yeah, it's
and stuff?
basically just candy.
Yeah.
It's
So weird. That's weird to me.
It's Gandhi. Oh, we got so many.
Mine's green bean casserole,
really.
and then I had it again late night snack. And I can put green bean casserole on tin foil, put it in the toaster oven. It re-crisps up the French's fried onions on top.
Golly, I gotta get you
God.
out of here with your cookies and your loud noises. My goodness.
R2D2, get out.
Don't do this.
R2D2 when he's like super.
Okay, so this is from at the tweets of Todd. This can be our last question before we go into our miffed and piffed. He says, "Hello, I'm Alex Abrinas, and I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to die. What is this illness? I don't know what illness is this.
About to die. That's good.
I've heard he looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet it's E. coli poisoning from romaine
oh
lettuce.
man, he had so much romaine
Oh
lettuce.
man, I heard that's all he eats.
I had romaine lettuce 2 nights ago, knowing that
What?
there was a big.
Why?
There was a restaurant still serving it. I'm not
Did
going
you
to name the
not tell
restaurant.
him?
Yeah.
No, I
tell 'em.
still ate it anyway.
Yeah.
Because this was my. It's like, I think only 60 people have been reported across the whole nation. So I'm like, oh, that's such a small percentage of people eating romaine lettuce.
Last
What are the
time-
chances it's me?
Last time when there was an outbreak, that many people like got it, or it might have been, I think, around 100, but like 5 people with it died.
Yeah.
You
I'm
could,
gonna die. We're all gonna die.
yeah, but you know
Wow.
what? You don't want it to be from E. coli poisoning from
Man,
romaine lettuce.
I don't know. You
For
don't
real.
choose. You don't choose what kills you.
You could, and I'll bet you order cookies at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my god, you do.
Cookies at the Cheesecake Factory.
You
Yeah.
do.
I don't eat at Cheesecake Factory. Can I be honest? I'm just not a big dessert person anyway. Cookies are just about the only dessert I eat.
Oh my god.
I don't really eat ice cream. I
Dude.
barely eat cake at birthdays. It's unbelievable.
Dude, you are so messed up. The things you're saying right now, I've never disagreed with you more. Guys,
I'm a savory man.
we have one more question, but before we do that, want to talk to you about Oklahoma Shirt Company. Guess what we got up on our big cartel right now? Hats.
We got some hats.
We got down to dunk hats.
We got some hats.
Hats. Perfect stocking stuffer. And you know who helped us make it? Oklahoma Shirt Company. More like Oklahoma Hat Company for us. They are any apparel that you have, they can do it. If you want to get your child a new comforter with their face on it, you can do that for Christmas. You know what the hottest Christmas item is for kids? A comforter with their face on it, and Oklahoma Shirt Company can do that.
What are you talking about, man?
Really, what I'm saying is Oklahoma Shirt Company can do whatever you want with any apparel or printing needs you have. They can do it. There's no, I'll say
Okay.
this, there's no job too big. There's no job too small.
That's right.
They'll do it.
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol, is that them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what they say.
No job is too big. No pup is too small.
Oh.
Paw Patrol. You know,
Yep.
my sister thought that when we talked about Paw Patrol for the first time, she thought it was a show about
Like a bunch of grandpas?
an elderly troll.
Like
Yeah.
Paw
Oh, Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
that.
Oh.
Paw Patrol. Do you remember- I think there was a cartoon when we were little kids about an old Paw Patrol. Wasn't there?
Yeah, it's called Smurfs.
No, there was another one. I think it was called David the Gnome.
Yeah.
That's about
true.
it. And he was just a Papa troll.
Trolls and gnomes are very different. Just throwing that out
They're
there.
related though.
But I'm just saying, my sister really thought it, and
Hey,
literally
What we are trying to
Googled
say,
PA troll toys.
what we're trying to say is that Oklahoma Shirt Company is great, and
It's
they
very
can
good.
help you
Support
make some stuff. That is
support the
great.
people that support us.
And they got their Oklahoma Shirt of the Month Club.
They do.
$10. New shirt every month, Oklahoma themed, or they have other state themes. Texas, other states.
To your door.
To your door, and signing up introductory shirt with your first shirt.
Introductory shorts.
That's 2 shirts for the price of 1. Man, do you think? I think they could get a short of the month club going.
Yeah.
Different shorts. How many pairs of shorts do you have?
Support the people that support us
4 pair of shorts.
and go get some Oklahoma Shorts
Go
Company.
get some shorts. Hey guys, I have one final question. Yesterday got all the thanks out of your system. There's no more thanks to be had. You've given all your thanks. Today, are you miffed? And are you piffed?
Miffed and peeved.
Last night I was reading stories to my children on the couch, and my son likes to drink milk. And he set his milk down, and it fell over and soaked my butt in milk. I was super miffed.
There's a bunch of jokes in there, but I don't think
What-
any we can talk about.
No.
What did you say?
I
Were you
said,
just like,
I said the milk. I said I need a towel.
dang
Got
it.
a milky butt.
This is terrible. Yeah, I know the jokes, but
I'm just
I
saying,
didn't intend it for it to be like that. But
Yeah.
it was terrible, and I was so miffed that there
Mm.
was milk. It was terrible.
I'm miffed that we're at this that I can't talk about this more.
Mm-hmm. I'm so
Um,
miffed about your cookie take.
it's not so much a take as it is my reality. I'm just not a big dessert man.
Your cookie life. I hate it.
Yeah, it's a life of many cookies.
It's a life of many cookies.
I'm Gene Bead. Are you miffed and peeved, Luke?
No,
I'm Gene Bead.
you can't. Okay. So you
Just
did-
let me be, because basically this is just talking about myself. Okay, so if you didn't know what I do outside of this, I'm a ceramicist or a potter. I don't like saying I'm a potter.
You're
Feels weird.
to say you're pothead.
I'm a pothead, but I make ceramic home goods. So Craig Proper is the name of my brand, and that's what I do. So look that on Instagram. But also, if you need some holiday gifts, I'm gonna have a small little booth at Leadership Square downtown OKC tomorrow at Deluxe Winter Market. So
What time?
from 11 to 6, Deluxe Winter Market. Look it up,
And
and I'll be there,
So
and
say-
you can buy some gifts.
So what kind of ceramics do you make? Like, give us an idea of like
Yeah, what is
the
this?
things that you have.
So I will have style wise, it's kind of like West Elm style, kind of like modern, mid-century modern aesthetic, matte colors. What happened to you?
Nothing. I just thought I heard a noise.
Well, jeans fell
Oh,
off. of
there it
your-
goes.
A jacket fell off your chair.
Okay, go ahead.
Things of that nature. I'll have some vases, some candles, some
Va-
very good candles,
Vases.
some vases, some one-off vases. Those make a really nice, unique gift. And I have mugs. My thing is I make these stackable mugs because you can't ever stack your dang mugs in your cupboard.
Yeah,
But I designed and made a mug that they stack.
Really.
Yep, because the handle's only at one point. But
Huh.
you can come see for yourself.
So now, are there any like hot items that people are talking about that like out there right now that people are like that are getting some buzz?
So check out this incense dish by another
Yes.
local, Craig Proper.
People are
I
talking.
won't have incense dishes. Quit talking about
Why
this.
would you not have them? People.
No,
are,
no, this is
'cause
for-
they all sold out.
If you
So
want,
check out this incense dish by another local, Craig Proper.
So you're saying that people are hyped up on your incense dash,
Are they just eating up your incense dashes?
and you won't have it.
hey, I will say this: if you like incense and you need an incense dish, go to Salt and Water Co. downtown. I did make a bunch of stuff for them, Salt and Water Co. And they have these incense dishes that
Incense dash.
I made, and they've been very popular. Those are selling out actually.
People are freaking out about this incense.
You
stuff.
should really-
People love incense
You
dishes.
should really check out this incense dash.
I'm about to dunk. I'm about to dunk.
I literally get confused every time I'm driving.